into agro farming. So what message you would like to give them? So how they could save soil?
Agro farming means?
For producing juices and all, so they acquire a lot of farming lands to grow fruits.
The agro industry.
Agro industry, right?
See, personally, I will never drink a juice that comes from a can, but that is my choice. Not everybody can afford to have that choice, maybe. People have to drink it because they're in different kinds of places. To some extent, it needs to happen because otherwise, the farm produce directly falling into the market as a perishable item is one of the biggest problems for the farmer, because it's a perishable item. Say, if you bring oranges to me, if you're a farmer, all I have to do is just say, wait, I'll take it tomorrow. Finished yours. Understand? This is what is happening in the marketplace. You come and he says, you want to sell today because your fruit is ripe. I'll say, just wait, I will come and see you tomorrow evening. You are gone. By tomorrow evening, you are half the price. So, some amount of process is needed, cold storage is needed, product development is needed, otherwise it will be a problem. Now, how much of that product individual people want to consume, how much natural product they want to consume is individual choices. We must also promote that, make people aware what are the advantages of that. It is coming in the world, West, which went totally towards processed food, now is trying to roll back and come to natural diets. We are going in the direction, it is not the best thing to do, but at the same time, in the interest of farming, it is important that there are cold storages, there are other infrastructure, which makes a product out of the produce that he produces, otherwise he will be always at the mercy of the marketplace because it's a perishable item.
Thank you.
सर आपसे एक थोड़ा सा इस टॉपिक के अलग से मैं सवाल पूछना चाहूँगी, जैसे कि आप कुदरत के लिए काफ़ी कुछ करना चाह रहे हैं, क्लाइमेट चेंज एक इशू है, सेफ सॉइल का जो इशू है, उसके अलावा भारत में फिलहाल जो आप सिचुएशन देख रहे हैं सर, काफ़ी क्रोध फैला हुआ है हर जगह, क्योंकि जहाँ पर बीजेपी स्पोक्स पर्सन, सस्पेंडेड स्पोक्स पर्सन ने उन्होंने प्रोफेट मोहम्मद के बारे में कुछ कमेंट किया, जिसके बाद प्रोटेस्ट हुए हैं कई जगह, हिंदू मुस्लिम और ऐसे कई सारे मुद्दे आज के डेट में देखे जा रहे हैं भारत में। सर आप इसे किस तरह से देखते हैं, ये जानना चाहेंगे।
See, right now in the world, we have found hundreds of ways as to how to find differences between you and me. Gender, religion, caste, creed, nationality, race, all kinds of things. Hundreds of ways as to how we are different, hundreds of ways how we could be in conflict with each other. When there is so many differences, when we know of so many differences, is it not very important we also know of some common factors or common denominators among us? If you do not understand what is the all-unifying cosmic consciousness, at least you understand all of us come from the same soil, we live off the same soil, when we die we'll go back to the same soil. The question is only, will you get it now or will you get it when you're buried? It's my wish that everybody gets it now. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sir, one question, sir. Sir, you said that the policy is very much incentive-driven for the farmers from the government side, and we also saw that you have been in talks with many of the stakeholders from the government and you have their confidence. I just want to understand, are you also in conversation in what kind of fiscal pressure this will bring on the government, and what all are the policy points?
I'm sorry, the last question also you brought this up, I kind of skipped that, I'm sorry. So the basic thing, to put it in a very simplistic way, there's more complexity to this. To put it in a very simplistic way, right now on an average, most farms, almost all farms in India are below 1% organic content. So all you have to do is institute an incentive. If you get your farm to 3% organic content, this is important because I see many journalists are confusing the difference between organic content and carbon content in the soil. These are two different things. Why this differentiation is necessary is organic content could be measured on the farm. Carbon content is a complex process in the laboratory. If it is laboratory, like our courts are there, right now some 1 crore cases are pending. Similarly, if it has to go to the lab, if all the farmers present their soil samples tomorrow, your soil sample may get tested after 12 years and it will be of no use. It has to be done on the farm. So organic content can be tested on the farm. Right there you can see the result. So if it is less, if it is wherever it is right now, if you give an incentive, if you get it to 3%, you will get this much incentive. If you make the incentive attractive enough, then most farmers will go for it. There are two types of farmers in the country, or rather three. One thing is small and medium farmers, that means their acreage is below 5 acres. Small and medium farmers are nearly 86% of the India's farmers in numbers. But in terms of land, it's 47.6% of India's agriculture is small and medium farmers. So now they may be attracted to a certain type of incentive. The larger farms may not be interested in that kind of incentive. So I'm saying incentives have to be structured according to the nature of the farming, type of farming, and the acreage that is there. Accordingly, it has to be factored in, because it is a complex aspect which needs to be addressed. It's an economic aspect. So the next level of incentive is, there is something called as carbon credit market in the world. Last 7 years, we've been doing everything possible to see how to get carbon credit for our farmers. We have failed utterly. We've not been able to move an inch because it's so complex. We have been driving from pillar to post endlessly, because these laws or these frameworks were designed for industry. And now they're saying, do the same thing for the farm. It's not possible. If some amount of smoke is coming from a chimney in an industry, we can capture that and make a difference and show this is the difference. In an acre of land, how much carbon dioxide or oxygen it releases, or how much methane it releases, depends whether it's morning or evening or afternoon, whether it's rain today or there's humidity. There are many, many factors. Whether it is plowed or not plowed, various aspects are there. So you can never measure the exact carbon sequestration process for a land. So the important thing is, we have to make it very simple, thumb rule type of carbon credit scheme, that if your land gets to 3% organic content, you will get this much incentive, whatever an approximate estimation. Right now in the world, the discussions and debates are going on in international fora that a minimum of $28 to $100 is what they're negotiating per acre. So if this kind of incentive comes to our farmer, this will be the second level of incentive. The third level of incentive is, if, let us say, it's mango season, I can't use any other example. If a mango is coming from 1% organic content, what are the nutrient levels that are there in it? If it comes from 3% organic content feed, what are the micronutrients available in this? If you, this science is already available. We don't have to do anything fresh about it. If this much extra micronutrient is there, what are the health benefits? What are the preventive health benefits? What are the benefits in terms of reducing the stress on healthcare systems in the country? And number of man-days gained by this, more healthy and more creative people, how the country and the state will benefit, all this data is there. So naturally, it must sit on a higher shelf in the marketplace. So if you want to eat a mango that comes from 3% organic content field, you may have to pay 5% or 10% more. But the important thing is, instead of eating 3 mangoes, if you eat 1, you got the same nourishment. Let's say it comes from a 6% field. Now, instead of eating 6 mangoes, you can eat 1 mango. That is the benefit you have. So naturally, it will cost a little more. So this is how the farmer will benefit. Initial government incentive, carbon credit schemes, which the businesses and industry must crack. And the third one is, in the marketplace, it must be recognized as to where it comes from, rather simply naming it as organic. See, if you go to the marketplace today, they say, this mango is organic. What is the other one? Is it inorganic? Is it made of plastic? What is it? I'm saying it's just a marketing term, it doesn't describe anything.
Pranam Sadhguru, Namaskar.
I'm
I'm
sorry.
Dr. Usha here from Press. Last question.
Ma'am, I'm sorry.
How is the effect of rain on soil?
What is the effect of rain?
Rain on soil.
Rain is very wonderful if we had a lot of vegetation, but if there is no vegetation, rain leads to flood. So we must have enough vegetation to absorb the rain and make a difference to the soil. Water is good.
I'm sorry, we will not be able to take.
Namaskaram Sadhguru, one last question. Like, which country can be a role model, sir? Which country can be a role model?
India can be, if you are willing. If all of you make up your mind, India can be the role model.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
We request all of you to join us downstairs. Yeah, we have.